Okay, so we're in front of the iNSTONE printer again, and I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, let me know. I'm just working on it today, so nothing major. It's more of a sesh to see if this particular layout that I'm doing works or not. So but as you can see, I can see you. You can see me. I'm working on this. What I'm doing today, and I would have showed this sooner, but I had to install drivers for this camera. So give me 1 second. You want to look at the mess or the mess? So we'll tilt you up a little bit. Well, anyway, the iNSTONE printer had these little rubber squishy things on them at one point, and I wasn't a big fan because one of them fell off when I was moving the printer, and I have no idea where it went. It's probably stuck under something. So FT5, I had installed these boots, or these little feet. So as you can see, I actually have put one on here already. I've already drilled my holes. So that's what I'm working on right now. I just need a washer. So that's what I'm grabbing right now. See if we can find one that's small enough. Yeah. I found one. Just gotta get it. I got it. All right. So we got washer. And if you're not sure why I need a washer, and I would have figured this out anyway, but the heads would just pop right through the legs, so that are the feet. So that's not gonna really work too well for me. And I would do this camera thing differently, but right now this is the way I got it set up because I got to work over here. So, but I think that's all I need. So I got we can put these away over here in my pile. I am going to be organizing, so just so you know, don't judge me too harshly. I say that a lot. Garbage. Right. Give myself a little bit of room to work here. I'm lazy. I've been listening to music, so it's posted that it's copyright-free music. This is on MusicBot Radio, so hopefully it really is. Otherwise, I may have some issues. But I was listening to it before I started, and I've got a few things to get done tonight, including trying to get the Jenny printer at least started to see if it's going to work or not. I did some work on that one earlier today, briefly. Then I had to have dinner. Hello, Matt. Yes, I will find out if it's not. And I'm guessing since you were saying that, that means you can actually hear me. How's the stream delay? This is like an ancient computer, so I honestly have no idea, or I had no idea how this was going to work out. So I'm actually not using my, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart right now. OBS Studio. I'm not using that right now. I'm actually doing a direct stream to YouTube. But I figured it was easier. But yes, I will find out if it's actually not copyright-free music. And I did give a shout out to Music Bot Radio, and that is indeed the name of their channel. Oh, 2-second latency, man, that's better than my home computer. So this is the channel I'm listening to right now. And I don't know if it is for you, but it seems like the image is actually backwards right now. So if it is, I'll figure it out eventually, or figure out how to fix it eventually. I literally just got the camera like going, so hopefully, is the audio loud enough? Because that would be something else. Are you having to crank up your speaker to hear me? It's working good enough, or okay, hold on, let me try this. Is the audio clear? Okay, volume is good. All right, I like that. Thank you, Matt. Fine. I didn't know what you meant. Can I ask you a question though? Is this something that like you have to be into like muddy? Oh, well, I could hold on. Okay, how about that? Is it clearer now? If you say yes, it's clearer now, then I'll know it's because I was playing the music. Which means, okay, so yeah, it was the music then. Yeah, I think it's because the music tends to do this, and it's probably confusing the microphone and the camera. All right, yippee. Let's see. Anyway, what I was saying is, I wonder if this is like a maker thing. I mean, why would you put feet on something and willingly drill holes in your 3D printer? Unless, of course, you can never have anything nice. It can always be better. You can always improve it more. It's actually really cool to be able to almost live time talk to you, though, Matt, because that never happens. We're almost always like 30-second delay, so I'm actually kind of happy about that. Of course, you don't get to see the chat on the screen, I don't think, right now in this mode. So I kind of have to, like, if you say anything really, really interesting or thought-provoking, I'll have to read what you wrote. That way everybody else can share. Yes, I do like using OBS software, by the way, but my other computer is getting ready to self-destruct. And I really honestly don't want to bring it here because Ah, okay. So I forgot YouTube does indeed record chat. Oh man, see, this is the one that always gets me. They sort of seem to have hot glued these in place when they built this, so things kind of move around a little bit. And unfortunately, I can't just line it up. I have to actually kind of persuade it into place. Yay! But I did. But you can see where, if you're, in my point of view, you can see where this is just a little bowed. But that's just because these stand. I need that. The standoffs were not exactly centered when they put this in. It's not off by a huge amount, but in the 3D printing world, 2 millimeters is a mile, right? Or is 1 millimeter a mile? I forget. Okay. Oh, that is nice. Oh, yeah. I like that. That is nice and stable now. Now my headache, round 5, it feels like. All right, so I get a. Oh, I can just take that one off. Yeah, I did the live stream yesterday, or was it the day before? And I hosed this up so bad. And I almost immediately regretted it. Almost. Not quite. I mean, I guess that is one of my favorite parts about being the person that does my YouTube videos, because I make mistakes all the time. So I guess it's really good to like showcase. It's like, hey, look, this is the stuff you're gonna run into when you start messing with things. But so I guess I don't really see it as a negative, more of an annoyance than anything else for me, because I have to tear all this stuff apart before I can start trying to use it again. Oh, and I also found out something today. I ordered those MK10s, the replacement heat break and the nozzle and the boot for the hot end. And I found out something very interesting today when I was playing. And I looked, and these MK10s do not come with a PTFE tube in them. And before you say it, yes, maybe it's because it's an all-metal hot end. Yeah, no, I'm not buying that. So what I am going to do is since I gotta take this apart anyway, I'm going to take the hot end out and replace it with a nice, shiny, brand new piece of cut PTFE tubing. So I'm going to do that here in just a few minutes. And I think I started saying I was going to rebrand my channel, because I've stopped drinking the 1 liter bottles of Cokes on my live streams, if you haven't noticed. Although maybe they would sponsor me if I told them. But now I'm drinking. Well, I say I'm drinking, but I'm not really. I just reused the bottle. All right. Although I do drink it too. And the reason I'm not saying the name is because, well, you can read. All right. So I do have something I could tell you guys. Part of what I do here is I'm in a space that's classified as a incubator space for small businesses. And one of the really cool things about it is it's kind of something that's sponsored by our local city. And what's really cool is they give you a space to do your work. So you rent. It's definitely less expensive than starting your own actual business in like a full-grown store type setting. But one of the great things is that I have a lot of really cool people I get to hang out with here that are all like-minded. So if you have the fortune to run across a product called the SteriPen, it is a filtration system. You should look it up online. All right. Let's see if I can, while I switch bits here. I gotta turn my phone stuff off anyway, because it's horrible. SteriPen. Yes, like you spelled, Matt. Exactly like that. It makes some really good products. If you guys are interested, I could update this page with a link at some point. But anyway, their affiliated company actually produces some really neat stuff. So as I'm discovering more and more. Whee, everything just went flying. Okay, so this time I gotta rearrange it so it orients this way. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Oh, I feel like a putz. Anyway, take that off. That. Oh boy, I got that on good and tight. Good and tight. And I didn't even heat it up yet. Oh wait, yeah, I did. I did heat it up. I forgot. But it is really cool to be in a space like this because you get to meet all kinds of really cool people. The only downside is when we're all interested in the same stuff, we have to very carefully make sure we get our actual work done because everybody has cool stuff. And we all manage to distract one another. Kind of like the squirrel thing, it's like, squirrel! So, oh! On that note, you guys, I don't know if you remember it or not, but I had said I was going to do a giant lithophane at one point. Is that something you remember me saying? Because, real quickly, while I'm in between here, because, oops, never mind. After I'm done with this. See, I told you, squirrel. righty then. See if I can. I'm not purposefully being quiet. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything routed somewhat logically. And I think logic may be going out the window. Oh, man. This thing tightens up quick. Okay. Not a big fan of that angle still. I know you can't see anything over here. I guess I could move you. Would that be beneficial? All right. I have to move the camera, and it's on a tripod, and the tripod is right here. So what I'll do is I will put you kind of right here. You can get a bird's eye view of what I'm doing, or trying to do. How about that? Working on the alignment right now for this because I'm just not feeling that lineup. I want it in just the right spot. All right, so I'm gonna not use that. I guess I'll use this one. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to swap these out. I'm not a big fan of the way this was shaping out. And since we've already gone through and done everything else, I may as well just redo this part as well. And carefully not drop it and then forget what orientation I was going to do, because that would be silly. So as you can see, I have messed this up in many ways, even for me. So, that looks so much better. Much happier. Oh, that's true. You know, I just had a good thought. Since you're right here above me, this is the boot. And I can squish that on there while you're watching. That's what I would have done if I wasn't using my phone the other day. All right, so it's not perfect, but it is a good deal better than what I had before this. So now I should be able to just kind of squish that right in, put it at an angle so I don't drop it. Grab the other bit. Matt, are you sleeping yet? I do like to drone on. I'm terribly apologetic. No, I'm not really. I'm not apologetic at all. All right, so that snug. What 3D projects are you working on these days? So aren't you working on stuff with your Munchkin? Oh, let's see. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, what? Oh, man. Every time. I think I got it just right. And then those holes do not go all the way through. I thought they did. I guess I should have paid attention. You too, Matt. Thanks again for hanging out. As always. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt has left the building. All right, so let's do this one last time. Yeah. The awkwardness of this is absolutely hysterical. But I get lined up okay? Feels like it. All right. Back to the other screws again. All right, Matt. I think most people just tune into me when they want to go to sleep. But, you know, some people actually do seem interested in what I do, even when I'm making a goofball of myself. But I guess that's part of the job. I don't take myself seriously, so I'm hoping nobody else does. Well, at least not on here. And I'm going to bump this camera at some point, and I'm going to knock it right off. You watch. Okay, so the block is tightened. All right, now for the very fun part. Getting this all back together like Humpty Dumpty. So this goes here. This is going to be tight because it is. Come on. Oop. There we go. The heat sink likes to be in its one spot. And that's the only spot it wants to be in. Okay. Hello, Mr. Connor Magic. What am I doing right now? I am putting my extruder assembly back together on my iNSTONE 3D printer. Since if you watched other videos, you'll see I have successfully done incorrectly on more than one occasion. So I have replaced my PTFE tube. That was, that's why you're so tight. That was in my way, or not in my way. That was, ugh. You know, this is very annoying. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore. I'm just trying to get this thing back together again in a way that is not going to damage it. And I think if I do it this way, I probably will. So I was trying to kind of reposition some of the wires a little bit to kind of make it a little easier when I'm doing stuff. But unfortunately, some of these wires just do not want to be relocated. And that was my problem, is trying to remember exactly which way these wires were routed and fix them. But I think I've still managed to do it incorrectly. So trying to do this without tearing a wire out. Oh, and I hope I did not. All right, maybe I did not. For some reason, something felt tight and then it suddenly got slack. And anytime that happens, you have to question your sanity or question something you just did. And in this case, I tend to question everything that I did because I tend to break things. So it does not appear that I broke something. So that's a bonus. But again, it only appears that way. So we will see here in just a few minutes whether or not I did indeed do something oopses-ish, which is in par with what I do. So, but that's all right, because if I broke something, I can always fix it. Because that is one nice thing. I know, I've got my hands in the way. You can't see, but I'm trying to keep the carriage from rolling around on me. So I'm putting on the bracket right here. This bracket is the one that holds the exterior cover on. And then after that, you put the, I did it again. Monkey loving. Supposed to put the external cover on first, and then put the fan mount on. I don't know why I have a, I don't know what you want to call it, a issue with doing this correctly. But I do. And I did discover that you kind of need the cover on, or you'll have to put a spacer in order to make this work, because there's just a little bit of space between the extruder assembly and the fan that it actually did cause a little bit of an issue with the mounting of the new silicone sock that I put on. So, but I think if I did everything close to spec, or at least as close as I'll get to spec, considering how many times I've taken this thing apart, then I would say that we will be just fine. And I promise I will try not to swear if I broke something. But I have a job I got to get going on this printer, so I need to get it back together tonight to actually get the job going. So that is my motivation today. Oh God. Let's try that. There we go. I may have to rethink this carriage assembly though. I'm kind of getting annoyed with it. Oh wow, that fits way better. All right. Okay, I'm liking that. It means I can put in my missing screw from yesterday or the day before, whichever day it was. So I will do that this very moment. All right, so bring that over here. See if I can get in here. It's always good to put this screw in first, I found, before you put the second fan screw in. Because for some reason it seems to line up a little bit better when I do that. It's probably just my imagination, though, and my inexperience in taking things apart and putting them back together. Well, taking them apart, not so much. Putting them back together, more like it. I would offer some pointers to iNSTONE, but they don't really seem to be all that interested in pointers these days. Just recall that this is a, for all intents and purposes, a disposable printer. And if you can live with that and accept that, I've had a good time with it. Oh my God. Okay, so I need to go. Oh my God, I always forget this. I don't usually take this thing completely apart, so I'm gonna just do it like this. All right, you get up there. There we go. At least it's pretty much back together now. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Okay, 3 more screws. These 2 little screws do more than the 2 on the top do. Just FYI, found I think after the first time I took the printer apart, these are pretty much like wood screws or plastic screws, whatever you want to call them, and they quickly lose their purchase in the ABS parts, or the injection molded parts, once you've removed them a few times. So just keep that in mind. Hasn't really been a big deal. They hold on just enough that I don't really have to be concerned about it too awful much. So, all right. I think it's time for the power on test. Let's make sure everything looks like it's lined up good enough. I would say yes, hopefully. But I'll tell you what, I will know if stuff is not tightened pretty fast. All right, so I'm going to move this container here out of the way. We're going to put this right here. I need to pull the memory card out. And I'm going to need to right here. I was trying to remember where I put it. I got to transfer a file onto this. So this may take a second. Thank you, Connor. I do appreciate that. Connor says I'm great. Woohoo! Then I should have more views. But, you know, I think I will take what I got. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, I hope I don't disconnect my power. Ooh, haha. It's always nice when you have forward-facing USB ports. All right, let's see if... Whew, thought I lost you for a second there. It looks like I am having a little bit of lag because I am in the process of transferring files over, so not usually a great idea. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's try this one. Woohoo! Nice. Okay, so for the moment, it appears to be stable. At least stable enough for me to transfer a job over. Okay. Thank you, computer. All right, now that I am done with that, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to hope for a zero corruption, which I'm probably asking for way too much. Oh, we need an outlet. And I need a belt for my pants. All right, so what am I doing here? Need filament. So I guess I could go with this one. Just to kind of, well, you know, go big or go home, I guess. Let's take a look at this 3D Rax filament. Oh, that's purple haze. We don't want that. Which one is this? Yellow. And this one is gold. All right, so this is a new brand I have not tried before. I have no idea. CC3D China is the brand. I have never heard of this brand in my life, but I will tell you that that is a wonderful sign. And it says this will print at unspecified. Unspecified. No product ID card. Okay, so we are going to assume that this prints at somewhere between 190 and 210. That is what I am going to assume. Whether it's good to assume or not is irrelevant. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot a spool holder. So we'll have to improvise one. All right, so we need, let's get the filament out. Ow. Ow. That's smart. All right, for this roll, I'm going to try a flush cut, which really shouldn't make any difference at all. Huh. All right, well, apparently the filament feels good and nestled. Now I just need to put in a couple additional. Now there goes my drill battery. All right, these rolls here are just to make sure that this stays stable and has nowhere to fall. Add one more for good measure. All right, so we have a. There we go. I mean, I can actually probably. There we go. I think I like this much better in terms of the stability factor. Not a big fan of printing like this, just so you know, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And this today is what I got to do. So now I'm just missing one more thing. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I don't have it. So let's just hope for the best. Cable for power. It is somewhere. I need to figure out what I did with my power cable. Ah, here it is. See, I told you I'd find it. I'm gonna have to unplug this light. It's gonna be a little bit darker than it was, but it's an absolute necessity because I need to be able to plug this in. And I can only do that if I have an outlet. Okay, here goes something. And there goes something. Tools, preheat. We're going to preheat our one and only nozzle, even though it says there's two. We're going to preheat that to, well, that works, under 200 degrees. Now we'll go to 206, since this is a dark color. And if you hear that chattering noise, that's actually the sound of my fan that does not work. But it hasn't worked in a while, so it's okay. I gotta pick up some of this film off the floor because I just found out I'm my own housekeeper. Oh, and I gotta pick up my battery I dropped. Oh, it's so much nicer when it stops making noise. All right, are we at temp? Looks like something might be coming out. That's good. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so we got good flow. All right, so let's go back. Let's do a print. Uh-oh. Don't recommend trying to print this printer. Oh my God, I have no knife. I have nothing. There we go. Let's put this on. Preheat temperature is 209. Let's alter the bed temperature to 40. Extruder temperature is 210. This should be fine. May actually be a little bit too hot. Yeah, it's probably a little too hot. So we may end up, yeah, I think that's probably a little too warm. So we're going to adjust that down to 200. That stringy's all over me. Okay, so I gotta try to level this at the same time and make a mess. If you could smell what I smell right now, you'd be like, oh my God, please don't melt. But well, how did that go? Oh, that is abso-freaking-lutely amazing is what that is. Mama. That looks really, really nice. I think my only concern at this point is the spool, but I think that angle is going to be just a bit too aggressive. Might be a little too close on the layers, or the temperature's too hot. That was very funny. What's up with that? Yeah, it looks like the nozzle's probably a little too close at this point. What I'll do is I'll just bump it down just a touch. See if that helps straighten that out. It's only for the first layer, but I really don't like when I over extrude. Well, hopefully this goes really well and the customer is satisfied. For a first print out of the box, though, it's probably a bit. Well, it's a 3-hour print, so I guess it's not too bad. And also to those that have been watching, thank you for the likes too, by the way. And if you're learning and you haven't subscribed yet, I think it helps me, but it's not making you subscribe or anything. But it's not. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. I like having more people in our family. All right, so I've got a little bit of a high spot going on there, so it's definitely running a little bit rich on that side, but not horribly. This is going to make the next layer a bit of a challenge, though. All right, we're going to keep this going. All right, so our next order of business, ironically, is right there. You can't see it. Oh, there you can. Yeah, you can see it. And this camera is definitely set at a mirror image. And that's kind of annoying. But move this back. This is what we're interested in next. Because we have a job on here that I would like to resume. I know, you're just dying to know what the job is, right? Well, I can show you that. It looks like this. And right now I have done, let's see, six of these. So this is the first ring, and I've done 6. So what I'm going to do now is go here to print, drop my wrench. I have tools everywhere because I was actually working on this earlier. And a really interesting I may not be able to do this after all. But let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we are in dome 1 top, dome 2 top, 3 top, 4 top, 5A, 5B, 6. Upper pie. So we're going to just do these order, I guess. So let's do dome 1 top. I'm going to have to tune this because the extruder temperature is going to be wrong. But I have to wait until the build plate heats up before I can make any adjustments. Oh God, that's looking pretty. I can't tell you, it really is. It's looking pretty. It's actually concerning me because usually I have to go through several iterations before things work. So Come on. There we go. Up this to 210. We're going to see what this does. We have a door that we can put on this thing. Because, you know, why not? Oh, I missed. There we go. So the door's on. I can probably clean that nozzle before it starts off. Yeah, I had to clear a clog out of this the other day. It was a pretty extensive clog. And then when I got everything put back together, it was grounding out, so it wouldn't turn on. So then today, well, after I got it rerunning, today I came back and I was looking at it, pulled the nozzle off, and lo and behold, the nozzle looked pretty bad. Pump up the layer just a little bit. Not doing so great on the adhesion side. But alright, so this is way, way too high. So we're gonna pull this down. That is a much nicer looking layer. And before you freak out at me, the reason I don't care is because I have to do body work on this thing anyway, and I'd rather not lose any filament. So, my first layer is not perfect. I am not going to lose sleep over it. This one, however, I would, so. It's looking pretty nice. I think I can live with that. Need to get the right size bed for this thing, or build plate. All right, so as you can see, I mean, both the printers are working at this point. That was my mission. I am going to be doing some more videos, but before I log off of here and sign off and bid you adieu and all that, I'm going to share with you one of my projects that I was working on that has about 90 hours of print time on it. Oh, that's a big Uber. may have to fix that goober. Maybe. I'll let it run for another layer and see how it goes. So, yes, I was going to show you this. So, please bear with me for a moment. I am turning the lights off so you can see what I have done. Maybe we'll bring you down here with me. Come on down. Take a look at that view. There we go. This is my lithophane. My lithophane is fairly large in size. This is me standing here. So that is one of the best and coolest projects I have ever done. Let's see, how's that look? Is that better? This is the Bass Harbor headlight. Then you can view the original photograph online at why am I having a brain fart? I think it's acadiamagic.com or .org. I can't remember which at the moment. Very talented photographer. And yeah. So yep. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I've got 2 printers that are doing their duty right now, and I have a printer that's having a difficult time with something. All right, we are on the next layer. That is a good thing. All right, I'm not sure if we're running it too hot or not, but we are going to leave it as is. All right, anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. So, yes, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Clyde with PT3D, and it has been a pleasure to work on my projects today with you. So, till then, I'm going to see you guys next time on our next live stream. So, have a wonderful evening. Oh, and don't forget to keep innovating and creating and sending me suggestions. I like suggestions.